Assalamu alaikum. This is Sharup Mujumdar welcoming you all to the English news from BTV Chattogram. Let's begin with the headlines. Pope Francis, head of Catholic Church, laid to rest at Santa Maria Maggiore Basilica with dozens of world leaders, including Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus, attending his funeral. Initiative to reform state result of long-standing desire of people, says National Consensus Commission Vice President Professor Ali Riyaj. Five people killed and one injured in head-on collision between pickup and CNG-run auto rickshaw in Kaukali Upojila of Rangamati. Pakistan wants neutral and transparent investigation into Pahalgam attack in India-administered Kashmir. And arch-rival Barcelona and Real Madrid set to face off in Copa del Rey Kings Cup final at De La Cartuza Stadium in Seville. Those were the headlines. Now moving on to the details. Pope Francis, head of the Catholic Church, has been laid to rest at Santa Maria Maggiore Basilica following his funeral in the Vatican. He passed away last Monday at the age of 88 after 12 years as the head of the Roman Catholic Church. He was honored with a funeral this morning in St. Peter's Square in front of the Papal Basilica in Vatican City. The Mass was presided over by Cardinal Giovanni Battista Re, the Dean of the College of Cardinals, and attended by leaders from all over the world. Hundreds of thousands of Catholic faithful have packed the site to bid farewell to the pontiff. Dozens of heads of state and world leaders also attended the event. The Vatican said 130 delegations, including 50 heads of state and 10 reigning sovereigns, joined the funeral. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus has joined the funeral mass of Pope Francis in Vatican City. He was seated among the global leaders and dignitaries during the service. Meanwhile, a procession started from St. Peter's Basilica at the Vatican for the burial in the Basilica of St. Mary Major in Rome. There a simple tomb awaits him with just his name, Franciscus. As many as 3 lakh people are expected to line the 6-kilometer motorcade route that is being brought Francis's coffin from the Vatican through the center of Rome to the Basilica near the Italian capital's train station. Francis's coffin is being carried on the open-topped Pope Mobile the Pope used during his 2015 trip to the Philippines. The Pope will be laid to rest at the Basilica of St. Mary Major, or Church of Santa Maria Maggiore in Rome. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus visited Bangladesh House in Rome yesterday and signed visitor's book. The Chief Advisor reached Rome yesterday from Doha to attend the funeral of His Holiness Pope Francis. While visiting Qatar, he joined Athena Summit there held on April 22nd to 23rd. Education advisor Dr. Chaudhry Rafiqul Abrar said that the interim government aims to develop an education program that will be scientific and serve as a tool for establishing social justice. He made the remarks today while speaking as a chief guest at the 3rd convocation ceremony of Central Women's University at the Officers Club in the capital. Environment advisor Sayyida Rizwan Hassan was the convocation speaker at the event, while social welfare advisor Sharmin S. Murshid was the special guest. In her convocation speech, the environment advisor said that the purpose of education is the pursuit of truth, commitment to justice, and fostering responsibility towards society and the environment. Sharmin S. Murshid said that women are progressing in education, which is extremely positive for the country. A total of 684 students from 5 departments of the university were awarded undergraduate and postgraduate degrees. Among them, 29 students received the Vice Chancellor's Award. Computer Science and Engineering Department student Sadia Afrin Nila delivered the valedictorian speech at the convocation. The National Unity Commission has set a meeting with Jamaat-e-Islami as part of a series of discussions. The meeting began at the LD Hall of the Jatiya Sanshad Bhavan. A 10-member Jamaat delegation led by its Naib Amir, Dr. Abdullah Muhammad Tahir, joined the meeting. Naib Amir of Jamaat-e-Islami, Dr. Abdullah Muhammad Tahir, has said that Jamaat will cooperate with the Commission for credible and sustainable democracy. He also said that accountability should be ensured in every sector of the country. National Consensus Commission Vice President Professor Ali Riaz said the initiative of the interim government to reform the state is not only the initiative of the government, it is the result of the long-standing desire of the people of Bangladesh. Referring to the preparation of a national charter through discussions with the political parties, Ali Riaz also said, "We want to reach a national charter within the shortest possible time." At that time, the member of the commission, Justice Muhammad Emdadul Haq, Dr. Iftikharuzaman, Dr. Bodiul Alam Majumdar, Shafaraz Hussain, and special assistants to the chief advisor, Munir Haider, were present. 5 people were killed and 1 injured in a head-on collision between a pickup van and a CNG-run auto rickshaw in Kaukali Upazila of Rangamati Hill district on the Rangamati Chattogram road. The accident occurred in the morning at the Chairman Para Rubber Bagan area under Bethpunia Union of the Upazila. 3 were killed on the spot, while the other 2 succumbed to the injuries while being taken to the hospital. District Additional Superintendent of Police Muhammad Jahidul Islam confirmed the incident. The seriously injured person has been sent to Chattogram Medical College Hospital for advanced treatment. Now international news. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif today said Pakistan was open to any neutral and transparent investigation into the Pahalgam attack in India-occupied Kashmir this week. The April 22nd attack in Pahalgam saw 26 people, mostly tourists, killed in what is being described as the deadliest armed attack in the disputed Himalayan region since the year 2000. Responsibility for the attack was allegedly claimed by the hitherto unknown, the Resistance Front (TRF). Since the incident, the nuclear-armed nations have unleashed a raft of measures against each other, with India unilaterally suspending the critical Indus Waters Treaty (IWT) and Pakistan retaliating by threatening to put the Simla Agreement in abeyance and closing its airspace for Indian flights. India has implied cross-border leakages of the attackers, while Pakistan strongly denied any involvement. Addressing a passing-out parade at the Pakistan Military Academy in Kakul, PM Shehbaz Sharif, the recent tragedy in Pahalgam is yet another example of this perpetual blame game, which must come to a grinding halt. Continuing with its role as a responsible country, Pakistan is open to participating in any neutral, transparent and credible investigation. At least 13 Palestinians have been killed since dawn and dozens of others buried under the rubble of a building destroyed in an Israeli airstrike on Gaza City. 4 victims at least were killed in a strike on a home in the city's Sabra neighborhood today, with the residents forced to dig the ground with their bare hands to reach people buried in the debris. Spokesman for Gaza's Civil Defense Agency, Mahmoud Basal, said a lack of rescue equipment has prevented emergency workers from reaching those buried underneath the collapsed building bombed by Israel before dawn. Earlier this week, Israeli aircraft destroyed 40 engineering vehicles the civil defense teams were using to remove heavy debris during rescue operations. Israeli air raids also hit other parts of the Strip, including Al-Mawasi and Khan Yunis. As the besieged territory faces impending mass starvation amid an ongoing genocide. The United Nations warned after 18 months of the Israeli military invasion that has killed more than 51,000 Palestinians. The situation in Gaza is probably the worst it has been. U.S. President Donald Trump's envoy Steve Witkoff met Russian President Vladimir Putin for 3 hours in Moscow to discuss U.S. efforts to end the Ukraine war, and the Kremlin said the two sides' positions had moved closer. Witkoff has emerged as Washington's key interlocutor with Putin as Trump pushes for a deal to end the war, now well into its fourth year, and has already had 3 lengthy meetings with the Kremlin leader. On Thursday, video published by Russian state media showed Witkoff meeting Putin at the Kremlin, with the two smiling, shaking hands and exchanging a few words in English before beginning talks. Kremlin foreign policy aide Yuri Ushakov, who took part in the meeting with Witkoff on Friday, described the 3-hour meeting as constructive and very useful. Trump later posted on his Truth social site that it was a good day of talks and meetings. Back to national news. The Chattogram North District BNP unit organized a press conference this afternoon over the situation prevailing in the upazilas of Chattogram North District. North District BNP convener Ghulam Akbar Khandekar highlighted the political situation in Chattogram North District as well as the law and order situation in Raujan at the press conference held at city's Nasimun Bhavan party office. He urged the journalists to cover the news of Raujan properly in the media. Ghulam Akbar Khandekar said BNP has no connection with the murder and terrorism being occurred in Raujan. North District BNP senior joint conveners M.A. Halim and Professor Yunus Chaudhry, Bilayat Hussain, Nur Muhammad and other party leaders and activists were present in the press conference.